Oral presentations. Oral presentations are another form of assessment you may be required to complete in your course. You would be wise to plan your oral presentation on your given topic before presenting to your audience. And this presentation is going to explain how you would go about doing that planning. Your audience. Before starting work on your presentation, just like any written piece of work, you need to consider your audience. Your audience will most likely be some of your classmates. If not, find out about the people you will be presenting to before preparing your talk. Certainly your assessor or trainer will be one of your members of your audience. There could be other people in the workplace, industry experts. So you need to find out, what does your audience know about the topic? Can you assume a certain level of understanding, or do you need to include the basics? You'll have the topic or question provided to you. Make sure you understand exactly what you're to talk about. Take the task and underline keywords, the duration of the talk, etc. Any details at all that are provided, the key information. And ask your trainer well ahead of time if you have any questions. You need to find out, where will you be presenting? What equipment or technology will you have access to? Can you use it? What do you need to provide in order to use it? Can you hook up your laptop to it? Can a memory stick work with it? Will they have a computer that you can use a memory stick with? All those sorts of things. How can you use visuals? Perhaps it's use of a whiteboard, and you might need to bring a whiteboard marker. Perhaps you need to prepare your visuals in advance and you don't have access to a computer or smartboard. So you need to, old-fashioned, do the old school thing of making visuals, charts, pictures, data, printed out, or as large as you can, or on butcher's paper that you'll blue tack up onto the whiteboard. You need to find out and be prepared so that you don't turn up expecting to present with a computer and then find out that you've got the wrong sort of stick or system than what the organisation or the presentation room has set up in it. You'll plan your talk in much the same way as you'd plan any written work. There'll be an introduction, the main points of your talk, and a good conclusion, which sums up the main points with some concluding comments. Use cue cards when you're delivering your presentation, ones which easily fit into the palm of your hand and show the main points. Number your cue cards in case they get out of order. Now, you're not going to read off your cue cards. Mine on the PowerPoint slide image there, I've shown you that in the view menu, this is PowerPoint, in the view menu, in view notes page, it shows you your slides that you're making. So we've got this slide as it was being made with the main points, and these main points would be the sort of things that would be on my cue card for this slide. Not writing the whole thing out in sentences, just keywords, so that if you forget what you're saying, you can glance at that and keep going. They're not something that you read from. You want to talk when you give a presentation and let your expression and your own words come across in the presentation. Move your eye contact around the room rather than just head down reading from a page. So absolutely number your cue cards if you've got little cards printed out in your hand in case they get out of order. Nerves. Even experienced speakers confess to having nerves before they get up in front of a group. And I've got to say, as an experienced trainer, I don't get nervous before presenting in a training room anymore, but recording these presentations on a computer where I don't have the give and take interaction that I'm used to in the training room is a very different thing for me. And I get nervous before doing these presentations, and you can probably hear that a little bit, but it really doesn't matter. It just adds some personality and human touch to the delivery of your talk, I hope. Make sure you don't rush. Make sure you pause from time to time and look at your audience. Smile and use your hands. Don't go over the top with this. If I was in front of you, you might say that I went over the top of this a little. I guess that's a benefit of this medium. But use your hands a little bit to make emphasis and be human. If you're well prepared, you can relax, trusting that you will do your best, and that's all you're being asked to do in any assessment. Visuals. Talk to your trainer about any expectation for visuals. So they might want you to use a certain presentation program, such as PowerPoint or the Slides one, the Google Slides one. They might want you to prepare some photographs. They might give details of labelled diagrams and all sorts of things. So all those sorts of things should be communicated in the assignment, in the question. But question and talk about anything you're not sure about with that. Perhaps a presentation is a requirement. Now, even if it's not required, a few visuals can enhance what you have to say. So even if it's not mandatory that you do them, it can really help your presentation. It can really help you relax and feel that the attention is not on you. Everyone's not staring at you in front of the classroom. People are actually looking at what's on the screen or on the chart that you're pointing to. So that can really help with nerves as well. A graph might clarify what you have to say, or diagrams, or even photographs. I know that when I'm hearing people speak about early childhood or any education, that seeing a picture of classrooms in action, of kids playing and learning, is always so much more interesting to me than just listening to a presenter go on. In conclusion, oral presentations are simply another form of assessment used in many VET courses. Once delivered, you'll feel a great sense of achievement, improved confidence, which will help towards the next time, and of course relief.